So I'm out here with John. John, I first met you back about a month ago in December.
Yeah.
How have you been since then?
Up and down. Much better, but the streets is always throwing curveballs at you. You had put my Cash App, on the last video, and that helped out a lot. I appreciate all you guys for helping me out. Like really, it means a lot. I was actually looking forward to getting an apartment. Here within the past week, I've actually been looking at apartments, and I went in to look at them in person and stuff. Unfortunately, stuff like this happens a lot, but I got robbed multiple times in the past week for quite a bit, which kind of sucks, I'm out here over on Indian School in 43rd at the moment, just going to get my DES card, my food stamp card, and that helps out a lot. Just trying to get as much aid as I can. But even though I did get robbed for pretty much everything I did have, it's just, just back to the drawing board, same thing. But I'm very determined on getting an apartment. I'm off the wheelchair,
You're off the wheelchair, but you still have the
yes, I
boot?
wasn't sure which foot it was that was hurt last time, but I think it was my right foot that was broken last time in the last video, but I had gotten my left foot broken. One of the times I got jumped in the past week, or in the past few weeks, the guys broke my left foot, so I went from having a broken right foot to a broken left foot, but it's finally starting to heal and stuff, so yeah. So I'd say I'm doing a lot better than before, most definitely. Yes, sir.
Even though your left foot was broken recently in the past month?
Just get through it, Like, I'm kind of used to the negative, I'm used to the negative, and at this point, it ain't shit, really, and excuse my language, but, it does really suck being out here, but at the same time, I have learned a lot, and it's made me really resilient, and there's not too much in life anymore they can keep a smile off my face, and hold me down, so.
Some of your friends reached out in the comments that they were out here looking for you. Did they find you? What happened with that with your friends?
Yeah, I was actually living with one of my friends for a little while there, but they had some family issues occur, and I was way too much of a burden for them to. Not their words. That's my words. That's way too much for them to deal with, having to take care of me and deal with what they're dealing with. They got a whole family. So I don't want to be a burden to them. So I think I can take care of myself. So yeah.
And so, what's the plan? Are you looking forward to getting? Do you have your ID to get a job? You were talking about?
Yes, I have my ID. I finally have my ID, and I need my damn foot to heal. I need my foot to hurry up and heal. I'll just be working at Staffstone there until I can find a better job, And it's like kind of like a built-in temp agency, you do construction work and stuff like that. You get paid daily, And just putting money towards an apartment. And I already have a couple of reliable friends who are in better positions than I am. Who are willing to, move in, get a 2-3 bedroom with me as well, so that helps out.
And ultimately, what's your long-term goal to really get away from the streets? Because every time I see you, you're injured, right? It's the right foot last month, the left foot this month, and people are robbing you.
It seems like it's always something, It seems like it's always something, and I'm not one to go around and tell everybody what's going wrong with me all the time, Because I don't want them to be like, oh, this guy's someone who always complains, So it's like, that's the exact opposite of what I do, Long-term goal is just to get an apartment, get off the streets, and then slowly build my way up, I need to be in a position someday where I'm sitting where you're sitting, and I'm doing the exact same thing you're doing, helping people out, because I have a passion for that, And being out here, looking at the world from this perspective, I've learned that life's all about perspective, and it's a whole different world, man. You like the lenses and the goggles you collect, talking to other people, seeing these, seeing everything you see out here. It gives you it changes your mind. And the way you think. A lot of the times for the worse, but in some cases for the better. And in my case, I just, you know, it's heartbreaking, really seeing everybody out here. So I cannot wait till I'm in that position to where, I can, go and get my dream, which is giving everybody else their dream. You know what I mean?
And how are you making money right now? Are you panhandling?
I try to stay away from panhandling, but if necessary, you know what I mean? If I get really hungry or I have some people that are really hungry, then or need some clothes, either one, then yeah, if I need to, Or gigs and jobs, actually. Some people will ask me to like go help them out with stuff like moving, boxing stuff in their houses, painting jobs, construction jobs. I had a guy who picked me up like every other day to go do like 3 to 4 hours of work painting houses. That's what he does for a living, is painting houses. And I would just do the tedious work, you know what I mean? All the stuff that you don't have to be super qualified to do. You know what I mean? All the little stuff that saves him a bunch of time, and he'd pay me for doing that, And a lot of people were like, well, if you're making any money at all, why don't you have a place already, or why are you still on the streets? Because you got to pay for clothes. You got a lot of stuff stolen from you as well. You got to pay for food, you know what I mean? You got to pay for living expenses as well, I know if you do have a job and you do make a good amount of money, like, dang, I'm making this much money, and all of it's going towards like living expenses. I barely have enough to pay for where I'm living as it is. You know what I mean? So when I do get in the position where I'm making enough income to get both, then that's what I'm gonna do.
And are people generally helpful to you? Like, do they try to help you when they see you out here?
Everybody has their person. Their type of person that helps them. You know what I mean? Like somebody might help this person but not help me. Somebody might help me but not this person. It's mostly depending on what you look like. Humans judge. That's kind of what they do naturally. You know what I mean? So everybody's going based off of kind of what you look like. But that's kind of why I try to make sure to get to know people. You know what I mean? On a personal level, and tell them a little bit about me and myself and who I am and how I feel about life and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Just so they know who I am on the inside and not just the outside,
Yeah, that's interesting that you mentioned that, people judge you out here based off what you look like, and they might help you based off of what you look like. And it's interesting. I think what I've heard, like the women that are out here, especially like the younger women, they get helped a lot, right? Because of how they look, right? Yeah. Have you seen that? Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Everybody can be ruthless, you know what I mean? But women can be a different type of ruthless, and I understand that because of all the stuff that they have to go through and how much worse it can be for them as far as having bad stuff happen to you, you know what I mean? And it can be a lot worse, and you can't lose yourself very easy. You can lose yourself very easy. But that's something I try to be as humble as possible, but I will not be humble about the fact that I'm a loving person, and I take pride in who I am. I take a lot of pride in who I am, in the fact that I won't change. I won't change. Like the streets won't change me. I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were sitting down, and I hadn't seen him in a few months, and he said, "Wow, man, I thought you'd be like a gangster by now, like shooting people or having knives and robbing people." And all. I was like, "Hell no, man! Just spreading the love." Because that's kind of the answer to getting out of here. You know what I mean? It really is. If everybody kind of chase that goal, you know what I mean, and strive to just spread happiness and help one another. If we put our heads together out here, if everybody realized that if we put our heads together, how much we can do, it wouldn't be like this. But unfortunately, people go through certain things, which is understandable, and it changes them. You know what I mean? And I don't blame them. I don't blame them a bit for, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Sean, what's your biggest struggle? Number one biggest struggle right now? Is it homelessness? Is it addiction?
Addiction and people. I do struggle with addiction, but since from the first few months, from the first majority of me being out on the streets, that was it. That was my issue. But lately, I've been looking forward. You know what I mean? So much that I don't need it. You know what I mean? Much. I'm not gonna say I'm clean. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm nowhere near where I used to be, which makes me extremely happy. You know what I mean? When I get that routine down and I get that apartment, I get that place, you know what I mean, to settle down in, it would be extremely helpful, and it would benefit me a lot to have a clinic to go to, like a Suboxone clinic or, you know what I mean, an outpatient clinic. You know, if I went to an inpatient at the moment, you know, I'm gonna get out and be in the exact same position, just without an addiction, you know, and that's not what's holding me back financially at all. You know what I mean?
So John, I'm gonna say thank you very much for talking to me. It's really nice to see you. I'm glad you're doing okay. You're still injured, but hopefully you get better. I'm gonna link the first video. So if people want to help you, all that information is going to be on that link, okay?
Thank you.
This video.
Thank you.
So I'm going to say thank you very much. Please get well. Contact me if you need to go to treatment. Okay, I'm going to give you my information again. Here's a goodie bag that was donated by one of my subscribers. So if you just want to hold that really quick.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Fill it up with some of these items. So here's a blanket that they gave me.
Thank you.
Some snacks for you. More snacks. Some hand wipes. Some more snacks.
Oh, thank you.
Toothpaste. And then a little toiletry bag, okay?
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you a lot, really, and for the last video and this video and everything you've done for me. It's helped out a lot. If anybody knows or can reach out to me somehow about a cheap place to live, you know, that's in kind of a nicer area, that'd be amazing, because that'd be perfect for me right now.
Awesome. Thank you, John. Stay safe. We'll talk soon. Be good, okay?
Thank you, sir. You
All
be
right.
good too.